All right, let's talk weather here as we head into the Alabama week. It's going to be a cold start, but don't worry, it won't last too long. We have warmer days ahead, 70s for parts of the state by the middle of the week. And our next weather system looks like comes somewhere late in the week, Thursday into Friday. And temperatures really through the period of up until perhaps the last week in December are going to remain above average. So those are some of our weather headlines as we begin this week. I want to start briefly talking about those temperatures. Tonight, I'm recording this Sunday evening. This goes into Monday morning. A cold weather advisory. That is for wind chill factors anywhere from 5 to about 15. And that's possible statewide all the way down into the Florida panhandle. This is a look at our potential wind chill values here tonight. And here's a good thing is the coldest wind chill is likely going to happen at sometime very early in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock, because our winds are going to gradually subside. But you can see there, wind chill values down near 15 degrees all the way into southeast and southwest Alabama. So a cold night for everybody, to say the least. And we look at those actual temperatures. These will likely be your out the door numbers. So the coldest air will be around 7 o'clock in the morning. Sunrise is just before then, but we usually hit our coldest temperature just after sunrise before that radiation can get to us. So these are your essentially your out the door temperatures for Monday. So let's move beyond that. Look at the forecast for this week. Here's a look at the upper air pattern. Now, once again, by Tuesday, we're already south of that trough. The trough is now over the Atlantic, and we begin a warming trend. We look here at the overall pattern of the upper air, and you'll see by Thursday we got this little trough moving through the middle of the country. It's a long wave trough. The coldest air stays well to the north over the upper Great Plains and the Great Lakes area. So while this is a strong trough, the biggest impacts from this will be felt in areas off to the north. So you could expect the coldest air across the Great Lakes region. It looks like by the end of this week, but we will stay away from this particular cold spell. However, those troughs will bring about the chance of rain. We'll talk about that in a minute. By the weekend, again, weak ridging across the deep south all the way to the Tennessee Valley, and that could favor a pretty good warming trend that continues into Sunday. And the overall pattern doesn't look to bring in cold air anytime soon, at least over the next 7 to 10, up to 14 days. So let's go to those temperatures here. This is Tuesday at 2 o'clock. And our highs early in the week will be below average, but really from Tuesday onwards, a warming trend. Got Wednesday afternoon temperatures in the upper 50s, 60s across the southern half of the state. We look ahead to Thursday, I think 70s for the Wiregrass and parts of west central Alabama, mid 60s for the northern third of the state. But again, where we're starting the week to where we get to, totally different story. A front pushes through Thursday into Friday. Now that's going to bring a brief cold spat, but notice the 10s, the 20s, they don't enter Alabama. Those should stay off to the north, and certainly we're not talking single-digit wind chills with this. It'll be a brief cold spat, which will keep our temperatures in the 50s, maybe some 40s across the Tennessee Valley on Friday afternoon. And then into Saturday we go. Saturday afternoon back into the 60s with sunshine. And then on Sunday, another chance of rain with this one, but again, we're staying in the warm sector here. 60s, even some 70s down closer to the Gulf Coast. And if you like warmer weather, this is a look at the temperature outlook. And these numbers, or what you're seeing here with the reds, is the likelihood of above average. So these are average temperatures from the 24th to about the 28th of December. So this is looking really towards the very end of the month, the final 10, 14 days or 10 to 14 days out. Average high at this point is 53 in Huntsville, 55 in Birmingham, 60 in Montgomery, 65. So what this map is saying is we're likely to end up above there. It could be 66 degrees in Dothan. It's patterns that we're looking at here. But most of Alabama is going to be above average during this time, and that would mean our numbers are likely going to be above what you're seeing there on the screen. And I expect that pattern to continue here, perhaps into the very beginning of January, the way things are going. So let's backtrack a little bit. This is now Thursday. We're looking at that frontal system that'll bring the cold air about on Friday morning. You can see this cold front will be approaching. I'm going to pause this Thursday evening. The most meaningful rain will probably be here Thursday evening. It might back up to Thursday afternoon. Showers, a few thunderstorms will be possible with this. I don't see a ton of wind shear or really dynamic forcing with it. There's a pretty decent temperature gradient along it, though, so we may get some thunderstorms here. We'll go from Thursday at about 6 p.m. to Friday morning. So most of the rain's out of here early Friday, at least according to this model. We'll keep it early Friday morning with a rain chance there. And then you see a high pressure slide into place. We'll have a northerly flow for the day on Friday, which keeps our temperatures a bit cooler in the 50s. But watch how quickly this high shifts east. And notice our winds by Friday night into Saturday. They become southerly, which will favor, as I mentioned, that warming trend very quickly into the weekend. So let's go to Saturday. Saturday afternoon is dry. We're jumping ahead to Saturday evening. Another cold front expected to approach. And we're looking at the bulk of the rain chance on Sunday. And it looks like it really could be, at this point out, you just look at the overall pattern. It's going to be during the day on Sunday at some point. Scattered showers, a few thunderstorms if our temperatures will stay elevated and we'll have some decent instability. By Sunday night into Monday, this will be pushing out, and it doesn't look like we're going to have much in the way of a cool down with this one. Yes, it's a cold front, but the overall pattern still features kind of a southerly flow at the surface, westerly aloft, and that usually does not usher in very cold air. You can see by Monday evening, again, we've got the southwesterly winds, so even behind a front, things are not looking to cool down a whole lot early next week. So we look at the average rain totals for the next 7 days. This one's tough to quantify because we're not sure how that system on Sunday is going to perform. But most of this will probably come on Thursday. You can see the highest totals, a little bit to the north here across the Shoals, Tennessee Valley, and then all the way down to about I-20. That's, recognizing about a half inch. South of there, anywhere from a tenth to a quarter. And of course, we could use the rain here. This is a look at the latest drought monitor, and the worst has consistently been Green, Hale, and Marengo counties. They are still in that extreme drought, and we've seen some marked improvement across Alabama with recent rains, but we could absolutely still use it here. And this is a look at the same product as the temperature, but now we're looking at the precip outlook, so the likelihood of above or below, and you can see we are leaning below average with respect to that. So that's kind of a look at the week ahead here. Obviously, the big story is temperatures, both cold to start and then warm later in the week, and then we'll have those rain chances here. It looks like Thursday night will be the most impactful, and then again potentially over the weekend. So hope everybody has a good start to the week. Bundle up, stay warm to start, but don't put away those comfy clothes for warmer air because it will be back very soon. Y'all take care.